Young mechanic helps millionaire woman with a flat tire. What happens next will melt your heart. Ethan Cole, a 24-year-old mechanic, was finishing up his morning repairs at his small auto shop in Los Angeles. The city was waking up, the streets bustling with cars and people hurrying to work. Ethan's life was simple but full of purpose. He loved cars, had dreams of opening his own garage, and spent long hours perfecting his craft. Today, he was particularly tired, having stayed late the previous night fixing a client's classic Mustang. As he wiped his hands on a rag and prepared to close up, he glanced at the street outside, noticing the usual traffic flow and a few pedestrians enjoying the crisp morning air. Just as he locked the shop, a sleek black Rolls-Royce pulled up near the curb with a soft hiss. Smoke rose from its front left tire, which had clearly gone flat. From the driver's seat stepped a woman dressed in an elegant beige coat, sunglasses perched on her nose and heels clicking softly on the pavement. She looked anxious, glancing at her watch repeatedly. "Excuse me," she called out, her voice a mix of urgency and concern. "I think I have a flat tire, and I'm running late for an important meeting." Ethan straightened and smiled. "No problem, ma'am. I can help with that," he said, already moving toward the vehicle with his tools. The woman hesitated for a moment, eyeing him skeptically, unsure whether to trust a young mechanic with her expensive car. But Ethan's confident demeanor and the genuine warmth in his eyes seemed to reassure her. She nodded, stepping aside as he knelt by the tire. Ethan worked efficiently, loosening the bolts and carefully removing the damaged tire. He noticed her pacing nervously, tapping her gold watch, clearly worried about the time. "Don't worry," Ethan said, his tone calm and friendly. "I'll have you back on the road in 10 minutes. She gave a small, relieved smile, finally relaxing a little as she watched him work with precision. Within minutes, Ethan had mounted the new tire, tightened the bolts, and checked the air pressure. He stood up, wiping his hands, and gestured for her to try the car. "All done," he said. The woman reached into her designer purse to hand him money, but Ethan shook his head. "It's on the house," he said warmly. "I'm just glad I could help." Her eyes widened. "You're serious?" she asked, surprised. "Absolutely," Ethan replied. "My mom always said kindness doesn't cost anything." She paused, touched by his words. "You're a rare person, Mr. Cole." "Ethan Cole," he said. The woman smiled and extended her hand. "I'm Olivia Hayes," she said. Ethan froze. "Hayes Motors, one of the biggest automotive companies in America." Olivia's expression softened, her gaze thoughtful as if she saw something special in him. She thanked him again and drove off, leaving Ethan standing by the curb, a strange mix of excitement and disbelief coursing through him. That brief encounter, born out of a simple act of kindness, had set the stage for something far bigger than either of them could imagine. The morning after helping Olivia Hayes with her flat tire, Ethan Cole returned to his small auto shop as usual, expecting another routine day. He worked on a customer's sedan, wiping grease from his hands and humming softly to himself. The encounter with Olivia had felt extraordinary, but he tried not to dwell on it, focusing instead on the engines, bolts, and wheels that were his world. Around noon, a sleek black limousine pulled up outside his shop, drawing the attention of passing pedestrians. 2 men in sharp suits stepped out, followed by Olivia herself, her presence commanding yet calm. "Ethan Cole," she called as she approached, her tone friendly but authoritative. Ethan looked up, surprised and slightly nervous. "Yes, ma'am," he replied, his voice steady despite the sudden rush of adrenaline. Olivia smiled warmly, her eyes reflecting genuine admiration. "You helped me yesterday," she began, "and refused payment. That kind of honesty and generosity is rare these days." She handed him an envelope, and Ethan's eyes widened when he saw the check inside. $50,000. His mind raced, unsure whether to accept such a substantial gift. I can't take this," he stammered, looking at her in disbelief. Olivia's smile didn't waver. "It's not charity," she explained. "It's an investment. You told me you dreamed of opening your own shop, didn't you? Hayes Motors wants to help you make that dream a reality. Officially, Ethan felt a mixture of awe, gratitude, and nervous excitement. The opportunity he had worked for all his life had suddenly arrived, offered by someone he had only met the day before. He felt tears prick his eyes, but quickly blinked them away. Overwhelmed yet inspired, weeks later, Ethan stood in his brand-new, fully equipped shop, Cole's Auto and Performance, in downtown Los Angeles. The space was bright, organized, and filled with modern tools and equipment, a far cry from his small, humble repair shop. Hayes Motors had provided funding, guidance, and even mentoring to ensure his success. Ethan hired several local mechanics, giving opportunities to young men and women who shared his passion for cars but lacked resources. He also set up free repair days for single mothers and scholarships for aspiring mechanics, remembering the values his mother had instilled in him. At the grand opening ceremony, Olivia Hayes appeared as a guest of honor, smiling proudly as she spoke to the crowd. "Sometimes," she said, glancing at Ethan, "a small act of kindness can change lives, both for the giver and the receiver. Today we celebrate that very principle." Ethan, standing next to her, felt a wave of emotion and fulfillment. All the long nights, hard work, and dreams had led to this moment. The crowd applauded, the sun shining brightly over downtown Los Angeles, and Ethan realized that his life had changed forever, not just through opportunity, but because of the simple act of helping someone in need. In that moment, Ethan thought of his mother, remembering her words, "Kindness doesn't cost anything." That lesson had guided him through every step of his life, and had now created a ripple effect far beyond what he had imagined. Under the California sky, surrounded by friends, colleagues, and supporters, Ethan knew that this was only the beginning of a life